Let's get straight into the madness that is Squid Game Season 3. And fair warning, spoilers are coming thick and fast, so if you've not watched it yet, pop off, watch it, have a little cry, and then come back. Don't say I didn't warn you. Let's get this out of the way first. I love Squid Game, warts and all, always have. When Season 1 landed, it was epic. It changed the game by being totally unique. It was sharp, savage, and somehow devastatingly tender. It said something and kept you up all night. Season 2 wobbled a bit, but still had its foot on the gas. Now we're at Season 3, and it's like watching your cleverest mate slowly lose the plot in a debate. Still brilliant, still fun, but every now and then they say something completely mental and you're like, sorry, what? Don't get me wrong, there are moments in Season 3 that are just pure gold. The hide and seek episode, phenomenal. An edge of your seat shout at the screen belter that reminds you why this show got under our skin in the first place. And the soundtrack still slaps. Those surreal visuals, the weirdly nostalgic game settings, that ever creeping tone to it all. It's still got it. Just not all the time. But when it starts faffing about, it loses itself a bit. And I don't mind that personally, but I can see why others might not enjoy it as much. There's this unmistakable sense the creators wanted to go bigger, explore the world outside the games, make it more global. And look, points for ambition, but they have not quite figured out how to do it without losing the plot. So we get underwhelming new baddies who feel like NPCs dropped into the last episodes just when the tension should be at its highest. But everyone we liked had already died. They got that all wrong. Some of the deaths were really great. You felt them. Others were blink and you miss it jobs. And if we weren't following that part of the games, we were following a boat. Jesus, this boat, man, this bloody boat. Let's talk about the floating circus. So we've got our returning detective, Jun-ho, on this epic odyssey with a rogue captain trying to sneak back onto the island. Sounds juicy, right? I was buzzing. Thought we'd get some sneaky infiltration, maybe a showdown, maybe anything, but no. What we got was a slow, meandering jaunt with the same energy as watching someone lose their keys. Each time they cut back to the boat, I half expected circus music to start playing. It builds up to a window getting shot. I wish I was joking. They finally reach the island and all we get is a weird wave and an emotional Mexican standoff with his brother that goes nowhere, just nothing. The whole thing's a glorified water taxi, and don't even get me started on the dubbing. Rookie mistake, I know. I thought I'd give it a go for once, and I deeply, spiritually regret it. Emotional scenes sound like a GCSE drama class trying to remember their lines. Some of the actors genuinely sound like they're being forced to read at gunpoint. Always go for the subtitles, trust me. It's not just a better experience, it's a different show entirely. Now, the VIPs. We all remember them from previous seasons, like cartoon villains who've stumbled in from a pantomime. And look, I get it. They're meant to be grotesque, exaggerated, satirical, a jab at Western excess, decadence, all that jazz. But from our side of the pond, they just come off like people in tuxedos trying to be James Bond, doing bad theatre. It's like the writers Googled how the English talk and just ran with it. It's cringy, it's loud, but weirdly, I kind of enjoy how awful they are. It's like watching a comedian bomb. Awful, yes, but you can't look away. Anyway, let's recap the final episode of Season 2 and the plot of Season 3. So, Gi-hun and his mates try to stick it to the system. A grand rebellion against the front man and his mask-wearing Bond villain fan club. Only, spoiler alert, it goes spectacularly wrong. Think less Les Miserables, more drunk food fight. Most of the rebels are executed in grimly dramatic fashion, leaving just Hyunju and Daeho standing awkwardly among the carnage like, well, that escalated. Naturally, instead of cancelling the games, the players have a little vote, democracy, but make it dystopian. Shock of all shocks, they decide to continue. Gi-hun is fuming and points the finger at Daeho like he's ruined the group project. Awkward silences ensue. Enter hide and seek of the damned. armed taggers, actual Nokes, very little hiding. Junhee, already 9 months and a sneeze pregnant, gives birth during the game, because of course she does. Nothing says motherhood like breaking your ankle and your waters in the same game while screaming through contractions. Baby's first trauma, check. Next, it's jump rope, but Squid Game style. A bridge over a death pit and a rope that swings with the vengeance of a nightclub bouncer. And guess what? The VIPs, clearly on something harder than caviar, decide the newborn is playing too. Gi-hun, absolute legend, carries the baby across the bridge like a nanny from hell, dodging death and literal rope burns. Then we get to Sky Squid Game, which is basically a homicidal mosh pit on a floating platform. The remaining players, having officially lost the plot, decide murdering a baby is their best shot at survival. Very normal, very chill. Gi-hun goes full dad mode, fends off the mob, and ends up fighting Myung-gi, the actual baby daddy, who's decided now's a great time to try and murder his own offspring. Gi-hun offs him in a blaze of righteous fury, but plot twist, Myung-gi's death doesn't count. So Gi-hun pulls the old hero move, sacrifices himself, and secures the baby's win. Yeah, the baby wins Squid Game. Rattle in one hand, blood-stained onesie in the other. Iconic. Then comes the big, dramatic finale. The front man has a guilt-ridden heart-to-heart, takes the baby and legs it from the island like a dad who just remembered he left the oven on. Jun-ho rocks up at his flat and finds the baby chilling there with a credit card full of blood money, as you do. And the moral of the story, self-sacrifice, teamwork, and don't trust people in animal masks. Oh, and just when you think it's over, Cate Blanchett swans in. Yes, actual Cate Blanchett. She's recruiting Americans for more games, because of course she is. So, where does that leave us? I'm sure an American show will be in the works, and I can promise you that will be garbage. Season 3 has the bones of greatness. It's got heart, vision, a few utterly unforgettable scenes, but it also feels like a show fighting with itself, torn between staying true to its core and trying to be bigger, more important. And in the middle of all that, it sometimes forgets to just tell a good story. Still, I can't help it. I'm on board. Wobbly scripts, dodgy boats, monocled baddies and all. But please, for the love of God, don't let this become an American mess. I don't want a crossover with John Wick or a scene where The Rock joins the games. Anyway, that's my take in Squid Games. I enjoyed it, but what did you think?